Hey everybody, it's Jason Shadrick here with PremierGuitar.com, and we're at the EarthQuaker booth with Joe Golden of EarthQuaker Devices.
Hey.
And we were just hearing the new Spatial Delivery on the intro here. You guys have a bunch of new pedals and even a new amp we're going to talk about. But first, let's talk about this one.
Well, for a long time we've gotten requests to put out an envelope-controlled filter, and Jamie Stillman, my boss and the excellent designer of these pedals, really labored over it. He wasn't ready to release what he thought was going to be a subpar product, but eventually he came down to this awesome design, and we got it down to a really, really cool format. We also have a sample hold function on it. So let's just go over some of the possibilities. It can do all of the Tron type sounds, whether it's a Q-Tron or a Mu-Tron, and then you got to hear the sample and hold. It's just fantastic. So basically, we have a filter section that allows you to get not only low pass, high pass, and band pass, but any varying degree in between. So it kind of has a mixer section. I'm going to start on the up section with the range pretty tweaked, so it's real sensitive, and we'll just hear the filter's dynamics. Pretty cool sound there. Let's go to the down feature so you can hear that real fast with the filter. We'll go to the mid band on that so you can hear the tone shape. And then finally we'll go all the way over here so you can hear the filter in its highest form. Super smooth. Now we're going to do something that's really cool. It has a sample hold function. The range control that's in the top left corner then becomes the rate control. I'm going to slow that down for some just slight animation. And that is the Spatial Delivery.
All right.
So moving right along, we have a lot of pedals to cover here. There's 8 in the line that we're releasing. We have the Nightwire, which is our harmonic tremolo with envelope. I'm going to start off with just getting a nice tremolo sound, similar to maybe like a vintage Fender amp, brown face. Has a little bit of harmonic tremolo, similar to the Magnatone as well. Let's mess around with that frequency filter so you can hear just some of the different resonance that's available with the frequency knob. Get a little high chime out of it. And then we'll image it a lot darker and more throbby, almost like a Univibe. Crank the depth up so you can get a real physical swirl going on. And it's also complete with a level control so that your tremolo doesn't get lost on the bandstand. You can always come up above the band. Let's try a new feature on it, which is the attack mode. This is really killer because it actually responds to your signal amplitude. So as you play hard, it's going to be a fast rate, and then as it slows down, it's because the signal has dropped in volume. Let me give you an example. You can adjust the rate of that, and that'll actually slow down the process of it actually coming to a stop. Really beautiful for just giving a certain track the treatment. Let's real quick, we're going to go into taking the depth completely down on the pedal. We're going to move it over into the frequency attack mode, and this is going to give us a really cool envelope sound. So that's our Nightwire. Moving right along, let's check out the Bellows to its left. The Bellows is our Germanium Preamp. It uses an OC139 glass Germanium transistor. Kind of rare and scarce at this time, but we love the sound of it. It's not just a one-knob boost, it's actually kind of a preamp pedal, so you can smash your amplifier hard in full range mode, which will give you the most lows, and then also in treble mode, which gives a very vowel-like kind of vocal sound. It's great in front of other drive pedals, which I'll demonstrate here in a second, but let's just take a listen to the full mode. Here again is bypass clean guitar. noticeable hump in the low mids. It really sounds full. Let's push it a little harder just to get a little amp clipping out of it. Moving over to treble mode to hear the vowel-like timbre. Let's throw something in, let's throw the bows in front of another pedal like our Bellows, which is our fuzz driver here to the left. It's capable of getting all kinds of different timbres, everything from an actual clean boost, and you can get massive wall of fuzz sound if you want. So let's give that a listen without the bows first. I'm gonna move over to the bridge pickup because that's the one that screams. I'm gonna toy around with the drive knob so you can hear how you can get a cleaner sound out of it. And now let's hit it real hard with the bows and see if it gets some blissful sustain going on. I just absolutely love that combination. Moving right along, we have our Acapulco Gold. This is a great sounding fuzz pedal. It's really modeled after the saturation of a Model T Sun amp when it's blown out. We have a no-nonsense interface with just a singular volume. The gain is preset. Here's my dry signal. And here is with the Acapulco Gold. Absolutely love that pedal. Might be my favorite of the batch. Moving right along, this is super exciting for us at EarthQuaker Devices. We've gotten so many emails about making a delay with tap tempo, following the trends that are so popular today with delay pedals. Well, here's our mega ship. This thing is stereo in, stereo out. You have reverb and delay on the same pedal, similar to our Dispatch Master, but almost like a Dispatch Master Senior. It's called the Avalanche Run. I'm going to start off with just a normal delay function and just let you hear the actual sound of the delay pedal without reverb. Now we're going to introduce just a little bit of reverb via the mix knob here in the reverb section. It has a lovely verb. Along with the feature set on it, I'll just describe it a little bit for you. We have full tap tempo option. You can assign an expression out jack to any of the parameters on the pedal via this knob. You also have a ratio knob here for getting tap delays and different variations on the actual tempo of the delay. You can move it into reverse mode. Reverse mode, what it's going to do for you is actually create reverse delay. Move it into swell mode and you can hear what the swell function sounds like, almost like a bowed instrument. It has really cool features. In reverse mode, you can use the tap function. If you lay down on it, it'll actually morph from reverse delay to forward delay. We also have a couple of cool things. When it's in standard delay mode, it'll self-oscillate by holding the tap down. That way you can get your runaway tape. When you let off, it recedes into the background. So let's move on. We only have two more pedals for you, and they're actually both dual function pedals. This is just kind of our way of trying to give you more options with an amp. We'll start with our gray channel, which is based on a very popular gray overdrive box made by the DoD company called the 250 Preamp. We really love that pedal around the office, and we've tweaked around with that circuit as many other companies have, and this is what we've settled on. We have a pretty no-nonsense setup here. You have an activation knob here on the right. You have your channel selection from green to red on the left. Let's start real quick with just selecting a clipping option of no clipping for just like a subtle clean boost. Here's my dry guitar. Nice low-end thump. Now let's move it into Germanium for like a darker brown or even a little bit more fuzzier drive. Now let's go to the red channel and just rip it. We'll put it in MOSFET mode, which is down. We also have LED clipping on that channel. These pedals actually don't stack on top of each other. You just get to select either or. And that way you have two different timbres available on one pedal. As real estate on our pedal boards is starting to expire, we feel like that's something that we should move to. Spires Fuzz, this is a dual fuzz. It's amazing sounding. On the left, we actually have a Rozak New Fuzz, our variant of it. We wanted to get a little bit more output out of the pedal and also a wider tone range. So we'll start with that real quick, and I'll just sweep through some of the tone options on it. Rolling the tone knob to the treble gets really syrupy and slurpy. Now to the red channel, which unfortunately we have just discontinued our Dream Crusher, which is our variant of a Germanium fuzz face. This one's a silicon-based one because we just couldn't really truly get rid of the circuit. Turn that down for y'all out there. And last but not least on the list is we have pretty much the tonal platform for all of our great pedals and all of your great pedals. We have the EarthQuaker Devices Sound Projector 25. This is an original design. It's all tube. We're stocking it with KT66 power tubes, but if that's not your bag, you can actually swap out any octal power tube via bias test points on the back. If you have a simple multimeter, you can plug it in and bias it yourself for 6V6s, EL34s, 6L6, 5881s, KT66s, KT88s, pretty much every valve you might have in your cabinet. Has a very simple user interface with just treble, bass, volume, and we think it sounds really good. It just takes pedals extremely well. We really fought to make sure that the EQ didn't rob the tone of your guitar and the pedals, and it really, the EQ acts as really just like almost like a filtering section to give subtle resonance to the sound. Right. So I'm gonna wind it up here real quick.
Okay.
Really nice and clean at lower volumes. I'm just going to crank it up 1 second. I might have to blow out the camera's mic, but I'm just going to do it. Here we go. And that's about half your volume right there. After you get about past noon, it just starts to saturate and becomes more and more liquid with its overdrive.
All right, Joe, so where can people go online to find out, excuse me, pricing information and availability for all the 8 pedals here?
Well, we're going to be trickling them out over the first few months of this year. Okay. So we have a few out now, which are our Bose and our Bellows and our Acapulco Gold. And then as the preceding months kind of trickle in, you can go to your EQD dealer and ask for it, and they'll be probably bringing them in. The amps, probably going to hit the stores in 6 to 8 weeks. You'll see the first ones go out. I got to build them all by hand, so it's going to take a little bit of time.
And you know the price on the amp?
$1,850 for a head and $600 for the matching 212 cab loaded with Celestians.
All right, Joe, thank you so much for showing us all the new pedals.
Thank you.
This is Jason Shadrick from PremierGuitar.com. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all of our NAMM 2016 videos. Joe, let's hear a little bit more.
All right.